What up, peeps? It's that day of the week. Oh, you know what day that is. New comic book day. New comic book day. New comic book day. And we got a woozy this week. Some major bangers this week. Like fire-ass album, like issues for real. But I am going to go ahead and make a little editor's note here. Last week I somehow forgot about two books that I picked up that I'm enjoying. Witchblade, the reboot, has been really cool so far. A lot of old with a new twist, and it's enjoyable. The art has been great. The writing has been great. Continued success. And then my dude at my shop recommended a horror book for me to check out. I'm not big on horror books, but he's like, hey man, read it. Should be cool. So I said, fuck it, why not? It's a very indie book. It's from Vault Comics. It's called Something Crawled Out. So far, so good. First issue was a little strange. It starts off kind of like CW-ish, honestly, from the dialogue and the relationships, but it then starts taking these weird, dark fucking turns, and that's where the horror comes into play. The illustration is great. It's from... shit, I just forgot. Very manga-esque art, but the writer's Sun M, and the artist is Mad Cursed. Mad Cursed, how the fuck could I forget that? But yeah, man, like it's very manga-ish vibes, but dark, like really, really dark. Good read for the first issue. It's got me kind of pulled in there. I'm digging the recommendation, something out of the ordinary, and I actually like mixing it up. So if you haven't seen this at your shop and you like horror comics, it's a good pickup. It's a good pickup. Now for the mainstreams. All right, so this week we had a book I was really excited about. I love Alien and properties. Romulus is one of the best fucking movies this year, if not one of the top 3 Alien movies in the franchise, period. They've been having these Predator versus miniseries, like with Wolverine and with Black Panther, and now we're having Aliens versus Avengers. Now, first of all, it's written by Jonathan Hickman. It's illustrated by Asad Ribic, and I fucking love Asad Ribic. His art is phenomenal. I haven't read any of these yet, so these are on my to-read list, but I'm excited. There's a couple of covers out for this, but the one I went with was the classic look, an homage to Alien, right? The movie. Beautiful. It spoke to me, so I went with this one. There's plenty of different variants out there, but that's the one I went with. I'm really stoked to see what they're going to do with the aliens in the mainstream. Marvel already has their version of aliens, aka the Brood. So it'll be cool to see what they do with the actual xenomorphs versus the Brood, because they're very similar but different, but excited about that one. The X-Men reboot, I've kind of been back and forth with this, right? Like, it's been hit or miss. Uncanny X-Men so far has been a bit of a letdown. X-Men, however, has been pretty cool so far. This is with... Uncanny is the... Sorry, I got the fuck... The Uncanny has been great. X-Men with Cyclops, Beast, and Psylocke, and this team, illustrated by Ryan Stegman. It's been kind of lackluster, honestly. The only thing I'm digging so far has been the Juggernaut and Eliana relationship, their vibes. Not a relationship, but just the way they banter. Been cool. This too had a handful of variants for it. I didn't even know this is a variant. I just liked the cover, and then I picked it up and I saw that it was a variant. Dig it with Mr. Magneto in the background as a puppeteer. I hope this one picks up. I'm giving it a couple more issues before I decide whether or not to drop it. So we'll see. Ultimate X-Men. This one has been it's actually been pretty badass, but I'm not a typical manga reader, so the manga influence on this one has thrown me off a little bit. But I do appreciate what they're doing with the characters, how they're revitalizing, how they're making them different. And honestly, just the manga horror-ish, horror, check yourself, vibes have been pretty cool. So I'm stoked to see what they're going to do with this line as it goes forward. So far, we've had Armor, a Storm Protege. Looks like the Who am I forgetting? There was another introduction last issue to it, and I'm going on blank, but so far so good. Marvel 85th Anniversary Special. It's going to have a whole bunch of different little minis, mini stories, sub stories, little sub stories, celebrating the 85th anniversary of the Great Marvel Universe. Yeah, man. This one had a couple of variants, and I mentioned before, I love Scotty Young's work. Not typically quick to jump at his variants, but I like this one. This one was really cool. So excited to see what kind of little stories we have in here. These little anthology books are always fun. 0 Hour, now to DC. 0 Hour, I personally liked. It was one of those big crossovers back in the 90s, into which our corrupted Parallax Hal Jordan try to reset the DC universe. One of their mini reboots, right? It was a crisis event. And it's the anniversary, the 30th anniversary. It's been 30 fucking years. That's crazy. But yeah, it's been 30 years. I don't know. I think this was going to have a couple of sub stories in it as well, by given that it was one of my favorite crossovers. But I picked it up. So we'll see what happens here. Different covers on this one as well. There's a couple of version variants. This is the one I liked. Really cool. Zatanna, Bring Down the House, issue 3 is out. Look at that. This has been fun. This has been real fun. The art has been phenomenal from Javier Rodriguez. The story from Mariko Tamaki has been awesome as well. But just seeing Zatanna come into her powers, the dark influence of like the comic, like it's been fun. All in all, a really cool book. Apparently I'm into more horror books than I thought, but yeah, this isn't like 100% horror, but it's definitely on the dark magic stuff. Cool stuff. This was cool to see on the shelf. So Transformers, love it. They re-released the first issue of the original miniseries, number 1. But this was actually pretty funny because you'll notice it says Skybound instead of Marvel, like the first one did, because again, they're being published by Skybound. So of course I had to pick up the facsimile reprint of this, and I went with the sketch cover because, I draw and paint on these covers and sell them and stuff and take commissions if you're interested. But figured I could have some fun with this one. So this will be on the desk over here soon to be, I don't know, I've got a couple ideas of what's going to go on there. If you have any, let me know down below, but really stoked to have that in the collection. Nemesis. I've loved Nemesis since it came out way back when. The first miniseries, Reloaded. Now we're back to Rogues Gallery, which is our newest Nemesis, trying to bring himself basically out of his cast. And spoiler alert, in Big Game, the villains lost. The heroes came back and won. And he got his ass whooped. He was in a body cast. He was fucking obliterated. And now he's trying to get back to square one. Yeah, his deal with the devil is needing to come to some fruition. I'm stoked about that one. And given little anthology books, Ninja Turtles, loving it. Black, White, and Green, keeping up the colored anthology series that every publisher is doing right now. Really, really cool stories have been in there, from animated to movies. Like they're covering all bases when it comes to the Turtles. This cover, whenever I saw it announced, I was definitely trying to get, because I love Patrick Gleason. Love this cover from Patrick Gleason. Love it, love it, love it. I'm excited to read this one. But yeah, this is a cool cover as well. So really, really good reads, man. Really, really good reads. The next couple of days are going to be pretty busy reading this stuff. I'm excited to see what we got going on. Let me know what you're reading down below. Of course, let me know what you think of these titles. And just remember, like, follow, share, subscribe, and appreciate you.